Hey everybody, we're back with Fallout 76, and hopefully the audio problem's fixed. And I don't know, I didn't want to do a video today because I was still upset at that Too Human video. It's like, I had the perfect mission to show off the game. You know, like a great cutscene, a great sequence that would have good battles, and then Elgato's like, or the Elgato thing's like, hey, I'm gonna reset your audio settings so that the game is way louder than your speech. Yeah, I love you, Elgato. Sometimes you just... yeah. Don't know why it did that? I don't know. Hopefully what I have it on here is good. I have the audio on 56%, and the live commentary is on 62%, and then every time I talk, it should lower the game audio a little bit more. Tell me if you think it's fine, or if I'm too loud, I don't know. Because obviously yesterday it was too quiet. Yeah. So yeah, Wastelanders. Let's talk about that. I think it's going to be good. There have been some interesting developments and things I've seen on websites. One of the things is apparently there's going to be a nerf to Bloodied. How much of a nerf, I don't know. Which, you know, we all kind of knew that something like that would be coming. As, you know, Bloodied has been... why did that do no damage? Yeah, I don't know, like, because Bloodied right now is very powerful, and I think, like, if Bethesda doesn't nerf it, people are going to be running through the new content extremely fast, and they're going to be really bored of it. Because right now, a Bloodied build easily allows you to solo the Scorchbeast Queen. Like, you use... depending on the Bloodied build, like, a Bloodied melee doesn't... well, sort of. If you use a Bloodied unarmed build, you can easily solo the Scorchbeast Queen. Bloodied Stealth can easily do it. Bloodied Heavy Gunner can do it in power armor. And so, yeah, there's been some talk about it being nerfed in Wastelanders, which I would agree. I do agree with, because, you know, if the new enemies are supposed to be a threat, and, like, then they have to be a threat to every build, right? Like, what's going to be the point of the human NPCs if you're just going to go around one-shotting them like they're nothing? Like that. Like, that was a low-level event. Like, it's like, who cares what I did in there? Like, those super mutants are nothing. And this isn't a Bloodied build, but it's a two-handed power armor melee, which isn't... not the best type of build, but yeah. It's just... oh, super mutant horde. But, in terms of... if they want group content in the game, and it's obvious they do, with stuff like the Vault Raids, and like some of the bosses they added, and Arctos Pharma, they're going to need to make it actually worth doing in a group. And if you have people that, with the simplest builds of low health weapons, Radicool, Bloodied, low health weapon, Adrenal Reaction, Nerd Rage, and Unyielding Armor, can just, you know, make all content pointless, well, there's a problem. Now, I'm not saying that Bloodied build should be nerfed into the ground to the point of uselessness. I think it should be made somewhat the same as Junkies, because Junkies is probably where things should be. Because I think Junkies gives a 50% bonus, which is the same as Berserkers. And Nocturnals, I think, also gives a 50%. It might be a bit more. Yeah, but look at Berserkers and Junkies. And that's probably where Bloodied should be. Why they didn't see that sooner, I don't know. Go away. Alright, and apparently that event didn't do anything. Alright. What's this? Oh, that's an Enclave event. Okay, we'll do it. Yeah, just... I don't know. Like, looking at this game from a multiplayer point of view, Bloodied needs nerf. But if you look at it from a single player point of view, Bloodied is good. So it depends on what Bethesda wants out of the game. Because this game is very weird. People tend to play it like it's a single player game, not like it's a multiplayer game. I'm gonna say because it lacks a lot of multiplayer features. Like we don't have guilds. Like guilds would really help this game. There's only 24 people per server, which is it's kind of hard to be an MMO like that. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, this game's not an MMO." It's an MMO RPG in a way. It's kind of this genre of MMO light games, which are kind of hard to describe. It's like basically take an MMO and that same style of gameplay, and then just don't put as many people on the server. So it's usually called MMO light. Why can't I walk in there? How do I get up on the roof again? Oh, yeah, I remember how. Yeah, so kind of confusing on what they should do. And that's another thing. Is power creep. And that's something not a lot of people talk about. Like, you barely see anyone talk about power creep. Because if you think about the weapons we have now, if you were not to change anything about any of the builds, right? And you have weapons right now that can do you have machine guns that you're able to get up to several thousand damage a shot, right? I've seen it, there's videos about it, what would be the point of getting the new weapon unless you have even more damage, right? Like, the plasma caster. We know the plasma caster is being added to the game. The closest competitor to the plasma caster would be the Gatling plasma. Alright? Right now, you can get a Gatling plasma to do tons of damage a second. Tons of DPS out of a Gatling plasma with the right prefixes and stuff. So, and you can see people, solo Scorch Beast Queen and other high level enemies with the Gatling plasma. So, if the I forget what it's called. The plasma caster. If that's not even better than the Gatling plasma, then what'd be the point of getting it? Right? Or if they add the gauze weapons that we know are being added, the gauze the gauze machine gun, the gauze shotgun, the gauze pistol. If these aren't better than the ones we have, what's the point of them? Besides just saying variety for variety's sake. So, it's just something that people tend not to think about in this game is power creep. You never see anyone discuss it. Because, if somebody's... Here, I'm gonna go back to the Scorch Beast Queen as an example. If somebody can one-shot the Scorch Beast Queen and goes on a test server, or a public server, not a private server, right? Then he's basically denying everybody else gear and loot. Because you need to do a set amount of damage to the Scorch Beast Queen in order for it to count for you to get loot. How do I get up there? So, it's either raise all the enemies' health, which wouldn't work, as that would leave other builds that don't do as much damage, still having a problem, or, nerf Bloodied. Which I thought of an extremely easy way to nerf Bloodied, but not actually nerf it. Just remove, no damage buffs if you're irradiated. See, that way, you still have the damage buffs. They would still be there, right? However, it would be a lot harder to maintain that damage. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like you have to be at low health without radiation.
Survey complete. Resource drop authorized. Please clear the area.
Then the funniest builds are there's a lot of funny people on the forums. I don't go on the Reddit. I don't know. Everybody tells me the Reddit's like bleh. And usually, I don't know, I don't go on Reddit in general. For anything. I don't do any social media, really, besides, like, any of the big social media things besides YouTube. Someone asked if I have a social media account that they can ask me questions because they're gonna get this game. I'm like, just, I don't know, just leave comments and I'll tell you what you need to know. Like, another guy asked me if this game was worth playing, if there's a lot of community, and if he'll enjoy it. Well, I told him what the game is. It's mainly just kill, loot, repeat. You don't really have interactions with other people. Sometimes you do, but most of the times you don't. You kind of just walk around. I don't know. If you don't like Fallout 4, you're not gonna like this game. At least in my opinion. Because this game is basically just Fallout 4 with multiplayer-ish. The man here. Like, I don't know, this game's a lot of, like, Fallout 4 point. It feels like an update to Fallout 4 to add a new map. Like an expansion to Fallout 4 rather than a new game. I guess there's multiplayer, but... like, I'm holding a weapon from Fallout 4. I'm killing enemies from Fallout 4. Like, it feels like a, you know, like a WoW type expansion. Yeah. That's another thing. Enclave and Ultrasight weapons, like, why do they exist? Why are they counted as separate weapons? They don't do anything better, do they? Well, Ultrasight does, but the Enclave plasma weapons seem pointless. Tenderizer. Huh. We shall try for a legendary in here. Yeah. I don't know. I really hope Wastelanders is good. It needs to be. I think it is going to be good. Like, I know I've been kind of negative about it in the last couple of videos I've talked about it, but I think it's going to be good. I have a feeling it is. Maybe not what I expect it to be. Because... I don't know. And the real question is... how long... is the Wastelanders update... is that the last DLC? Like, because this game basically failed, right? Like, do they plan on adding more stuff after Wastelanders? Like, how long is this game getting support? You know, the new consoles are right this year. This year there's new consoles, right? Is this game going to be on the new consoles? You know? Or is this, like, forever stuck on this gen? I don't know if that makes sense. If you get what I mean, like, since this is a live service, supposedly forever, updated for many years kind of game, is it just gonna stay, you know, Is it just going to be made backwards compatible, or are we getting a a different version? And why is there no enemy here? Oh, someone was in here. God dang it. And and if there is a new version for the new consoles, is it going to be updated in ways that the older version isn't? And is the PC version going to have two different versions? An updated one? I don't know. This is going to be confusing. Because how live service games are going to be treated with next-gen consoles, we'll see. Because, what are the live service games at right now? This one. Anthem. I'm not sure how much Anthem is getting support still, but it's there. The Division 2. Which, I'm not sure how many divisions there's going to be. What's another one? Destiny. That's a live support one, or whatever it is. Games as a service. Warframe. There's a couple console MMOs like Defiance. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it's treated. Because if you don't know, Fallout 76 was recently added to that like NVIDIA streaming service thing. What was it? The NVIDIA Now or something, or Graphics Now, something like that. So I don't know. A mini nuke. Always come up here for a mini nuke. It's almost always there. And some free frag grenades and frag mines. So yeah. You know what I would love? To play this on the Nintendo Switch. Like, if they could get this game on the Nintendo Switch, I would probably play that. I don't have a Switch, but I don't know. I think I would definitely buy it for the Switch. They should do that. They should really have like it on like the Switch and then have PS4, Xbox One, Switch crossplay. Because we all know it can exist. And you're like, oh, but Sony's weird with crossplay. And yes, they are weird with crossplay, but some games they allow it. Like a lot of people talk about Fortnite and Call of Duty, but PlayStation 4 and Sony originally had crossplay with the Nvidia Shield with War Thunder. War Thunder on the PS4, you can play with a PC. No, it's a three-way crossplay. It's PC, Nvidia Shield, the precursor to the Switch, basically, and PS4, which is really weird. That if you buy a Shield, very few people who have. The Shield's an interesting idea. Because technically now you get PC games on it with that, or you had PC games on it with that streaming service.
Protect and serve.
And I think a lot more companies, you're going to see that a lot more. Because obviously Google, Google has their streaming service. It's bad, but Google has it. Microsoft has one. Sony has one. Apple's going to get one. This is another one. GeForce has one, or Nvidia has one. Oh, there's a company called AntStream, ANT-Stream. They're partnering with Atari on the VCS. AntStream is a streaming service that plays all types of classic games from like the 70s to the 90s, I think. Like a lot of really classic games on like all types of platforms from back then, like old PCs, like the Amstrad, Sega, Nintendo, old Atari, Commodore, all that type of stuff. So yeah, streaming services. They're becoming a real big thing. Personally, I don't really care about streaming services. I like to own the game, or have the implication I own the game. Like, I have the disc I like buying physical games. You know, I have the disc, so I own it. You know, this is mine. That's why I don't really play too many games on PC, because they're all digital. Like, yes, I play games on PC. I'll buy digital games off Steam, you know. I have a lot, but most of my gaming is on console because I can go get physical games very easily.
Responders, priority alert!
And I can get used ones. Like a digital version. Oh, that guy. Yeah, that guy can have it. I don't really care.
Alphas are unknown. I repeat, Alpha's location is unknown. We need to find and kill that Alpha.
Oh, part of the swamp. Let's go do that. Like, yeah, Fallout 76 digital version is like 30 some dollars on Xbox, right?
Big Alpha is a heap of trouble.
Oh, a used physical version is 15.
Attention, this here's Raleigh Clay on a priority message recording. A strangler heart's been picked up in the vicinity and its vine-infested creatures won't be far behind. To anyone listening, take down that heart before it controls living creatures and things get out of hand.
Yeah. Oh, that chunk. Look at that damage chunk. Let's take that. No one does this event, mainly because you're not guaranteed a legendary. People only really do the guaranteed legendary events. This one was really popular when the game first came out for the first couple months. Scorched. Scorched. Bah. I don't like how he heals though. Like, I don't even have to wait for him to open. I don't know if I'm actually... Okay, it's about on the L. It's going down a bit. Oh, legendary. Wait. He's not saying legendary yet, so don't kill him. Two-star, very good. Move. Can I get the thing? Oh, regenerating. Not bad. Kinda made pointless by healing factor, if you use that. I know people on the forums have been looking for like full sets of what was it? Exterminator gear. Exterminator and Zealots. So that they can take like no damage from oh, and troubleshooters. Because like they want to take like no damage from the Scorch Beast, the Vault Raid, or the Imposter Sheep Squatch. Stop resetting.
Picked up at the last location.
Gah. Attack. Ah, Grafton monster. You're no fun. You die very easily. Mirelurk Queen's a lot harder to kill than that. Grafton monster is a cool thing. It's like a super mutant that went way too far, but... Yeah, he is... Oh, where is he? It is an FEV thing, so he's technically a type of super mutant. Alright, let's kind of get into the other power armor instead of trying to actually figure weight out. They're really not placed. Alright, well I'm gonna end it here. It's been 20-some minutes, so... Let's get back to the camp, and away we go.